So welcome to the Deakin University match of the day between Mitcham and Coldstream out at Walker Park for this round 13 clash in Division 3. It's the MCG of the East. And today I'm Ryan Long and joined by Jared Beanland. Jared, welcome and thanks for joining me for what's a really big clash, third versus fourth, and potentially an elimination final preview.
Yeah, g'day Ryan. Very, very excited to see these two teams go at it. They've been pretty neck and neck on the ladder all throughout this year. Couple of surprising losses here and there for both teams. Couple of surprising wins as well. So it's going to be good to get stuck into this. Of course, this is the second time we've covered Mitcham this year on the women's coverage. So it'll be interesting to see sort of like what changes they might have made since that game against Nunawading, where your friends and mine, Will and Trent, came and saw them.
Yeah, absolutely, and I believe they lost that game to Nunawading, and since then they've done a massive improvement. And they would probably guarantee to lose. Their following match next week probably would be enough to get them across the line. But it's a really important game, and we've seen them, just recently beat Nunawading. So they reversed results here. They've beaten Coldstream before. The last time they met in round 7, apologies. They won quite comfortably. It was 32 points in the end.
Yep.
Men's kicked 4, which should be important again today. And sort of the similar, Roscioli, Lynette, some of those sort of players, who have been sort of their X Factor stars across the season performed well.
Holloway down back.
Has been important. Do you sort of see a similar sort of result? Because looking at the side, I think you've got here that there's no Zamet in, which is a bit of a loss. But apart from that, it seems to be a pretty full strength side.
Yeah, so I was, despite the loss against Nunawading, I was rather impressed with, Mitcham and how some of their players performed, I think, on a more individual basis. So, perhaps the thing that has changed is sort of like a bit more team cohesion, because it seemed that they had the talent out in the park, the names that you had just mentioned. So coming up against Coldstream today, it'll be interesting to see how that improvement comes to fore. And looking at Coldstream themselves, it's been an interesting run for them. Not a high scoring team, of course. The highest score that they have was 87 against Nunawading, which is a high score, but that was more of an anomaly. The next highest score, also on their return trip to Nunawading, was 36, and that's not a huge amount. They tend to score, around 30 or less. Last week, of course, they got belted by Croydon North, just scoring the 2 behinds, unfortunately. So it's going to be interesting to see if Mitcham are able to lock them down here, or if Coldstream, have that quality to match it with Mitcham.
I think you're absolutely right, and you can look at their percentages to sort of solidify your point there. Their Mitcham's percentage is a bit higher, so a win here would jump them over Coldstream. And you mentioned last week, Croydon North are a very hard side to match up against, of course, and score. But that 74-point loss, only the 2 behinds. It's going to be really important for them to win the ball out of the middle today and give their forwards every opportunity to score. And you probably look at players like Parry up forward.
Yep.
Even Bartlett has kicked 8. I think that's a leading goal scorer for Coldstream.
Yep.
They're going to be very key to hit the scoreboard, because looking at just at Mitcham's midfield, it's a very strong lineup, and McAuliffe has, I think, 5 times been the best in just 6 games played. So she's going to be quite important. Anytime she's out in the park, she'll play well.
Big end.
Yeah, Lynette in the ruck can also hit the scoreboard. Really important. Roscioli, another one as well, and Stokes up forward's a bit of an X factor for them.
Yep.
Just looking at Coldstream, do you think, looking at their midfield or some of their forwards up there, can they match it with Mitcham, or is this going to be? Do they need sort of a defensive, low-scoring game to win?
Oh, I'm expecting Mitcham to perhaps beat them out of the centre. I think the quality for Coldstream comes perhaps at both ends, as opposed to in the midfield. You mentioned a couple of their goal scorers in Bartlett and Parry. You've also got Street in the back line, definitely a solid player. Definitely someone who will probably compensate, I guess, for the fact that if they do end up getting beaten out of the middle, it's going to be interesting to see how their rock Lagaway Allen goes up against Lynette. I'm curious to see how they match up against one another, especially if you see Mitcham start to rotate. I think it was Chloe Stokes came into the ruck for Mitcham, and it started to in their game against Nunawading that I just on our FNL YouTube channel recently to prepare for this game. It was interesting to see how she was a bit of an X factor coming in, replacing Lynette in the second half in the ruck. So it'll be interesting to see how if Coldstream is able to cope with that.
Yeah, it's a good point, and that it shows a bit of
flexibility.
Flexibility to be able to have a few different options, and Coldstream do as well with Houston. You would imagine would play a bit of time in the ruck as well.
That's true. Yeah.
You mentioned their backline, Coldstream. It's a really good point. They do have a lot of strength down there. Taylor Street, you mentioned. She's also another bit of an X factor player. I think she's been the best 6 times this season. She's quite important. You look at some other players like Monique Hewish, Susan Smith. They're all going to be players that are going to you can rely on down back. So that's where they can probably maybe hold up Mitcham's run. I mean, last time it really was just they were able to break through it quite early on in the game, and to kick 8 goals quite comfortably and have plenty of scoring shots. Mitcham, that's something that Coldstream will be very determined to stop, and especially on talking about Coldstream, that is a massive ground. So to be able to be able to kick quite a few on such a wide ground and a lot of running, and there's only 16 players on the field is really impressive. So
definitely
a big difference to Walker Park. Which is why I probably lean towards Mitcham right now, that I think they can really consolidate their spot in the top 4 with a win here.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how the difference in grounds affects the way both teams play. It is interesting, sort of like the environmental factors that sort of change the way both teams play. I'd imagine that Coldstream might have a little bit more fitness, perhaps, just due to the nature of the ground and the games that they need to play out there. A bit more running, so that might stand them in good stead towards the back end of the game. But also, it might the bigger ground makes it so that they're not as used to scoring, perhaps, or not as used to needing to score, huge, win by big margins and whatnot. They're able to sort of lock it in, use the stoppages to sort of, stop the play from going forward the other way.
It's a good point, and just looking at some of the rounds, some of the games in this division. Obviously, Moorbuck with a bye. East Burwood would play Fair Park. You'd expect the Rams to get over there. The other one, Croydon North versus Nunawading. Well, if we can, I'm going to try and keep an eye on the score if we can get it updated, because if Mitcham do win today and Nunawading lose, that confirms the top 4, and that would pretty much solidify that these two will play an elimination final. So even if either side don't necessarily win today and don't play their best footy, it's a good chance to get a real good look at their finals opponent, because you would expect them to match up. And if Mitcham win today, that'd be 2 out of 2, and that would give them great confidence going into a final series against once again playing Coldstream.
Yeah, absolutely. Do we know where the Division 3 finals are going to be played for the women's? It's a bit of information that has passed me by.
I did see it. I know Heathmont or North Ringwood.
Okay.
I think there's one final at Sylvan maybe, and then one at Heathmont.
It'll be interesting.
I'd have to double check that.
Yeah, see that one at Sylvan. That's going to be.
If you're listening, don't count on that, because I'm not 100% sure. But should be a very interesting game. It is beautiful conditions. This ground is always in good shape.
It
MCG
is.
The East. It's
you see why they say that. We're up in the stands right now. There's some really nice grandstands, pretty spacious. I do enjoy coming here. Of course, I called the junior interleague matches here as well. You did too. During the Queen's birthday weekend, I believe. So that was definitely a really nice experience. So good to get a bit of experience at this ground for us.
Absolutely.
It looks like we're about to get underway. players taking their positions. See quite a few long sleeves for Mitcham. Quite a good few long sleeves.
Were you ever a long sleeve player?
Only in the very younger, divisions where we had to. You know, not my go, not my go.
Nah, neither was I.
Nah. All right. So it looks like we're just about underway here. Ryan Long to start us off.
Taken away in the ruck. Lynette with the first tap out. Falls into the hands of a teammate Clark, and they get a run on the inside 50. Kick towards Stokes. Goes over her head into another teammate. Tapped along to a teammate there. Passed it on. Just clearing it forward here. Coldstream did well to clear it out. Looking for a teammate in Copeland. She can get there first. She's ahead of Young. Under a lot of pressure. She gets to the ball first, but she's tackled. Could lead to the first ball up.
Good
no
tackle.
one can get it out. It was a strong tackle there by the Coldstream defender. Mitcham started well to get that first clearance inside 50. Back in the ruck, the tap out. Kick on the boot there from Roscoli. Bounces towards the boundary line. I don't think anyone touched that.
No, it looks like it'll be
It was touched.
Possession.
Yeah, it will be a Coldstream free kick.
Yep, and it looks like it's Monique Hewish to take the free kick there for Coldstream. It looks like Sarah Young has come off with a blood nose there, so we'll keep a bit of an eye on that. Should be patched up pretty quickly as Coldstream now clear it into the centre. Oh, good! Oh, nearly a good intercept mark there, taken by Mitcham. She got it to the deck and kicked it off the ground. Running for it there was Maddie Stokes, I believe, but it's just gone over the boundary line. A free kick there to Coldstream. So from the back line, from the pocket, high ball. It's a decent-sized kick. No mark taken, though. It falls to the deck. Fighting for it at ground level there. And it's a bit of a scrap there. Once again, we might get a stoppage. A lot of players around this ball. Is it going to come out? Umpire's letting it go a long time, but finally it calls. Oh no, it's still going. That's shocking to me. I'm surprised at that. It squirted out the back. Short kick forward there by Coldstream. Good tackle laid. Ball still alive. It hasn't moved from the spot for about half a minute, and we'll get a ball up. Ryan, that was a shockingly long play there.
We're getting a Coldstream free kick here.
Yep. Okay, we are.
So their chance to go forward for the first time this morning. Instead goes into the corridor, into a dangerous position. Copeland's got to be good to get there. Should be able to get there first. The Mitcham player on her well. That was Dupranis. And tackled there. We'll get a ball up. Deans, I believe. I hope I'm saying that right. This is another tackle.
Depranis.
As the Mitcham player there takes her Coldstream defender to the ground. We'll get another ball up. The broadcast side. Back in the rut, Lynette. Tap out to a teammate. Handball there. McAuliffe. The kick inside 50. Mark almost taken, fell out of their hands. Gets it off to a teammate. She's got the ball. She's in front of goal. Puts it onto the boot. Not quite going to get there. Almost just got tackled there before she kicked it. But she's earned herself a free kick. I think she tripped. So the free kick going Mitcham's way. Straight away, she'll throw that on the boot and puts the first one on the board for the morning. Mitcham, 1 straight 6. Coldstream yet to score with just less than 4 minutes into this first quarter.
Yep. So that was a solid goal there for Mitcham. Unlucky, I think, Coldstream to get that free kick right in the dangerous spot, right at the mouth of goal. So solid work by Mitcham to put that one away. Just trying to get ID on the player who kicked that.
Yep.
So back into the centre here. Lynette will contest the ruck there. That was well done. Tapped it down. Roscioli was there. Couldn't quite take it. She's there again. Picks it up. Couldn't quite get a clear handball away. Good tackle there laid by Copeland. They're on the ground, on the deck, and we'll get another ball up there. Hard stuff by Copeland. Lynette tapped it down. Nearly picked up again by Copeland. There was a whistle there, a throw going the way of Coldstream, and Bailey Eastham will take this free kick. She's going to look out wide towards the wing. Setting herself there was Duke. It went over her head, scooping it up. That was well done. That was McAuliffe. Got the handball into space. Running onto it is Eastham. Goes to ground. And we'll get another ball up there. So this is the first time it's really had been in any sort of territory in Coldstream's half of the ground. McAuliffe was tackled. Once again, ball up. That was a good tap down by Langlery Allen. Street nearly takes it away. Couldn't quite get the clear kick. It's inside Coldstream's forward arc now. Ball in space. Picked up again by Street. Gets the handball away. Another scrap there. Coldstream really trying to find space, find a player in space to actually get some leverage on this ball. It's not going to happen. Not if McAuliffe has anything to say about it. It comes out. McAuliffe again gets boot to ball. Clearing kick from Mitcham, but the loose player was there for Coldstream, and she takes the mark. That was well done. Good setting herself. And now left foot kick by Hewish it was. Finds the pack again. Scooped up by Duke. She got the handball away. Back to Duke. Good 1-2, but she just lost a handle on it. Mitcham buries themselves into try and get the ball out. Ball into space there. Holloway chasing it. And it's a bouncing ball towards a one-on-one contest there. Just kicking it off the deck was Hazel Langley. And it goes over the boundary line for a throw-in in the Coldstream pocket. Oh, sorry, last possession rule, and Mitcham will take the free kick.
So Mitcham's chance to clear it out of their back line. Down toward Roscoli. Mark not taken, over her head. She had a teammate there who tap it back to her. Couldn't quite pick it up. Bit of a scrap. She's able to get there on a second attempt, but then well tackled. And we'll get a ball up right in front of us, right in front of the grandstand. 7 minutes gone in this first term. Mitcham with the only score so far. 1 straight 6. Coldstream get the score. Punch forward there by Coldstream. We've got a chance to go inside 50 through Sarong. And the mark intercepted. Well, I believe that was Payne, actually. Apologies. As Mitcham try and clear it out again. McAuliffe's there. Coldstream will want to rebound inside 50 again. Ball 1. And well tackled there by Lynette. We'll hold it up. Get a ball up. Not too far outside Coldstream's forward 50. An interesting start to the game so far. Both sides have had their opportunities. Just going towards Coldstream's goal here. Ball falls out. Bit of a scrap. And a kick forward for Coldstream. Up in the air. Looking for Eastham. No mark taken at all. It's a real dangerous position here for Mitcham. About 10 or 11 players around the ball here. Got a one-on-one in the forward, really in the goal square there if they could get it out. But instead, Mitcham clears it, but it's not going to go too far. Hewish is back there. She sockers it forward. Doesn't go too far, though. Now Mitcham through McAuliffe, down the line. Got 2 one-on-ones right in front of her teammate there. Did well. That was Stokes. She goes towards the boundary line, and no one's going to get a hand on that. So that will be a Coldstream free.
It was a good speed by Maddie Stokes there. I think she had a little bit more time. She gave herself a little bit more space than she thought, I think.
She certainly did. Just had to get the kick inbound a bit and may have been able to get a goal out of that.
Yeah.
I believe it was Erin McLean who kicked that first one.
Yep. Cool.
She's important forward for Mitcham as Coldstream look to exit their back 50. Intercepted, though, again by Stokes. They're in under a lot of pressure. Got to use the ball well and does extremely well, but they may come back because Mitcham have got some numbers. Falls into the hands of Dwyer, but she's tackled immediately by Eastham.
Not sure if it was clever or a bit of a coincidence. It hit her boot and just sort of like bounced up into her hand.
Yeah, it certainly did. There's a ball kicked towards the middle. Mitcham doing a lot of the attacking in this opening term. The kick back out. Oh, well picked up. Takes the players on. I did really well. Kicks it now towards a one-on-one, right towards Rogers. Soccers it on the ground, got to beat her opponent. Again, just kicks it on the ground towards the boundary line. Can't let it go out. She did well, but she's tackled Mitcham's defence. They've done really well to hold this up.
It was a good run by Coupland to break
Certainly
away like
was.
that.
And she's been in real good form early.
Yep.
Had a really hot start. Ball up right on the forward 50 for Coldstream. Good tackle. Almost dropped it, but Mitcham able to clear it out. Won't go too far, though. Hewish is there. She can pick it up cleanly. She's tackled by two Mitcham players. Couldn't quite get her hands out. Ball scraps around. They're under a lot of pressure. Both sides have brought it early as the ball's socked towards the boundary line. And it will be a Mitcham free kick, I believe.
Yep, looks like it will be. We're going to have to get a look at who that is. It looks like it might be Ellie Campbell taking the free kick there for Mitcham out on the outer side. As she assesses her options, just a long kick towards the half-forward line. No mark taken there by McAuliffe, I believe it was. Ball hits the deck. Mitcham trying to handle it forward. Couldn't quite. Good kick out of the scrap there. It might have been Ruscoli. Coldstream tried to intercept, keep it in front of them. Scooped up there. That was well done, Clark. Stripped of it, though. Coldstream close in. Create the pressure there. Good defensive work. So running onto it there is Eastham. Scoops it up, gets the handball away. Coupland's there. It's in space in front of her. Just couldn't quite pick it up. Beaten to it by her teammate, of all people, and then tackled. Bull squirts out. Comes to Holloway, a long way from her home in the defence. So Coldstream player pushed off it by McAuliffe. Finds the ball in space again, just keeping it in. McAuliffe goes in hard. And it's going to be a ball up. Good little contest there between McAuliffe, and I think that might be straight. It is. So a couple of the best players on the park here go at it. So back into the centre line. That was Campbell. That was well done by Campbell. Good kick inside forward 50. Stokes is there to try and fight for it, but it's Coldstream that come away with it. Very composed in the back line. It was well done. Holloway versus Coupland there. Holloway picks it up, tried to fend off, but great tackle by Coupland, brings her down. And the umpire is going to say it is his ball there, just out at the right half forward position for Mitcham, just near their interchange bench.
High pressure game so far.
It has been. Lots of players around the ball in most situations. Coupland finds herself in space with the ball after that tap out. That was well done. Running onto it, however, here is Sarong. Nearly picks it up. Couldn't quite. At ground level again. Coupland had a chance as well, but it was taken away from her by, that was Stokes of the Maddie variety. Her kick was a centering one inboard. Coming out to contest it. That was well done by Coldstream. Kicking it off the deck. Couldn't quite find a teammate though. High up and under there by Mitcham. Running onto it, Ruscoli. Tackled immediately, however, by Langlery Allen. Running onto it now. That was good work there by Maddie Stokes. Got the kick around the corner, but Coldstream again. Oh, that's holding the ball. Great tackle. She tried to take them on. Ran into trouble. That was Georgia Crosby. Nice attempt, but McAuliffe was the one to... Oh, great kick by McAuliffe.
Good
spotting up the girl in space there. Very good job. And it looks like it's Erin McLean, the goal kicker. What can she do with it? Low ball towards the goal square. Not going to find a mark. Tackled. Good defensive work by Coldstream on the last line of defense. Oh, but it's going to spill to Holloway, I think. And she doesn't quite make the connection that she wanted right in front of goal. And it's going to be the one behind.
Well, they're under a lot of pressure, Coldstream.
Yep.
So Hewish was a bit slow to get up then. Hope she's all right. She's taking the kick out as Sarah Young back on the field. Going straight to her position on the wing as Coldstream looked to kick out towards us on the broadcast side. It's a long kick, but it's gone back into the middle of the field. Bit of a dangerous position. Holloway was under it. Almost hit high. Should cop one there, but nothing called. So a ball up here. Just outside Mitcham's forward 50. We've said they've done a lot of the attacking so far. The Coldstream's defence has held up pretty well. The ball tried to escape. Not much getting out there. Umpire lets it play on until he calls another ball up. We've gone Almost 15 minutes into this first quarter. Mitcham 1-1-7, Coldstream yet to score. Tigers doing a lot of the attacking. So we go back in the ruck. The tap out went Coldstream's way into the hands of the teammate. Hazel Langley towards the boundary line. Mitcham have got some numbers around the ball. One of them is Sarong. If she can pick it up cleanly, she couldn't. And another tackle, another stoppage. Would you be happy if you're the Coldstream coach at the moment, would you be happy? Because you probably haven't done much of the attacking, but you've held up the score pretty well to only be 7 points down.
Yeah, I think so. It's a bit of a feeling out period there, I think, for Coldstream. They did let that one go, of course, but it'd be a good way to sort of like feel out how Mitcham plays.
Yeah, here's Ellie Campbell, picks up well on the far side on the wing. Her kick was a bit of a dribbler. Couldn't quite get it to a target at all. And the ball just, again, a bit of a scrap. No one can get a clear pick up. And again, we'll get another ball up.
As much as Mitcham have done most of the attacking, I think this game is being played mostly on Coldstream terms, at least in the nature of it. All the stoppages, they seem to have like fewer flashy players and more sort of like hard in and under players.
Well, we've talked about that back line. They're very strong as Mitcham have a chance if they've got some numbers around the footy. We've just got to get it out. But once again, Coldstream's defence holding up strong. And a free kick going their way on the far side. So a little less than 4 minutes left in this first term. If they don't give away another goal, I think they'll be pretty happy. No real wind advantage either way as they go down the line. Can they get an inside 50 themselves? Under pressure there. Well tackled. Strong tackle, just dropped it. But the umpire calls for a ball up.
It was a good tackle. I think it was by DePardenese.
Yes, I believe you're right. That she's had a strong impact so far. The tap out doesn't go too far. A few metres into the direction of Holloway, who launches it inside 50. Again, Coldstream's defence. That half back line have held up strong. They kick it back out, but through the hands of McAuliffe. Long towards the square. Got to play there. If it just goes over the top of her head. Kept in play. I've got two Coldstream defenders to beat. They're in a real dangerous spot. Stokes is in there.
That was well held up by the Coldstream defender, though. And
they've done extremely well. McAuliffe has just looked real dangerous sending it inside 50 a few times this morning. The kick out, tap towards Ruscoli. Off the boot, and it's through. Mitcham have their second, 2-1-13. Coldstream yet to score. Ruscoli with her first. And that's probably, the reward they deserve because they've, spent a lot of time in their forward half.
That's not surprising that it's off the boot of Ruscoli because she can find it pretty easily just all around the ground, and then the opportunistic snap at goal was impressive. So Mitcham 2-1-13. Coldstream yet to score. Hopefully not a repeat of their game last week against Croydon North. Up it goes. Langmarie Allen gets the tap down. Copeland is the intended target of that tackle. She was tackled immediately though. Slung to ground. No free kick coming either way. That was a really good tackle by Treasure Newport. So down it comes. Holloway gets the kick right out of the centre there. The loose woman though will scoop it up. Not going to take clean possession, Will Hewish. And it's yet another scrap there. Oh, it comes free there. That was won by Stokes. Got the handball away. McAuliffe now around the body. Good kick into space, running onto it. I think that's Happel. She going to get bumped off it. Yes, she will. Moat Gilder was the bumping player there. And at ground level, it will have another ball up.
Can't allow for another one in this last minute.
Absolutely not. Mitcham starting to get a few clean disposals and getting into space as well. So from this clearance, it was a clearance to Coldstream, but it went straight to Happel, I believe. Another kick into the pocket. It's going to perhaps bounce into the pocket, bounce over the line there in the pocket. Bit of a scrap, though. Saves it from going over the line. Kick off the ground there by Coldstream. That was well done. Scooped up by Holloway, but it looks like it went out in the full.
Yep.
Unfortunate there for Holloway. Good attack on the ball, but just a little clumsy. So the kick will be Coldstream's. She's going to try and find it down the line here. It was a decent kick, but comes McAuliffe. She plays on immediately after taking that mark.
Speed.
Treads the boundary line. Great speed, as you say. Handball over the top to Holloway. Couldn't quite handle it, though. Tejero is there. She was tackled. Into the pocket again. And it looks like it's going to be... I think he paid perhaps a trip there, the umpire, and it's going to be yet another
Against Campbell.
Coldstream ball. And there's the quarter-time siren here at Walker Park. Mitcham lead 2-1-13 to Coldstream, yet to score. So goal kickers, Ryan.
Kat Rascoli with the second one there, and Erin McLean, we believe, kicked that first one. So Mitcham with a handy lead going into quarter time, but a lot to talk about after the break as we go to a short break for the match of the day between Mitcham and Coldstream. Yes, welcome back to the Deakin University match of the day between Mitcham and Coldstream. It's a massive third versus fourth clash in Division 3, round 13. I'm Ryan Long, again joined by Jared Beanland. Mitcham with a 13-point lead at quarter time. Interesting quarter. I think probably how we sort of maybe expected to go. The midfield dominance with some of those stars in the midfield for Mitcham, McAuliffe, Holloway, then Stokes on the half-forward line have been really strong for them and won plenty of the ball. But Coldstream's defence has held up really well because they're under extreme amount of pressure.
Yeah, they've done very well. That seems to be their strength, Coldstream, and it's interesting to sort of see that in action. But they need to score. Like, it's as simple as that. They need to start winning it out of the centre and get it down into their forward line. We're yet to see sort of what options they necessarily have down there that will be likely, because they've had it down there. I'd say you'd estimate around like 5 or 6 inside 50s. It wasn't for too much of the game. It was living in Mitcham's forward half for quite a while. But Coldstream, if they get it down there, they just need to create those opportunities a little more fluidly than they have been, unfortunately. So we'll see how they go for the rest of the game. I'm sure they've got something up their sleeve.
Certainly will. Big first 5 minutes. If Mitcham get the first one, they'll back themselves to keep that lead.
Indeed.
Then the ruck, have a change. I think it's Stokes in there for Mitcham. So as you called before the game.
Yep. They like doing that.
So in the ruck, she's got a bit of a run up on her. Coldstream with the first possession. Oh, wow, the pack well. Sending it forward there was Street towards a teammate there in Bartlett. Gets it on the boot. Does really well into a very dangerous spot here for Mitcham. They've got to be clean. The pick up there was all right, but it's cut off. Tackled. Ball falls to the ground. Bartlett's in there again. Mitcham's backline does well. Tries to take on a player. Caught with the ball. Ball spills out. We could get a ball up here. But a good start there. So Taylor Street straight into the midfield. It's exactly what they needed.
Bartlett found it well, but the kick wasn't great because it was all Mitcham there towards the goal.
They did have some, you're right, they did have some numbers down there. It's trying to pick it up there. There's Duke, the captain. Head over the football. As we'll get another ball up. Hasn't been too many on the ball calls thus far.
No, the umpire's been pretty hands off when he can be.
Yeah, so he's let it play on. As the punched away there by Lagui Allen. And another tackle will end up with a ball up just on the boundary side. But Coldstream will be happy with this first minute and a half. In a bit of attack themselves. Here's Duke, the captain, the handballs it off to a teammate, sends it inside 50, and they can get a mark. Not quite. Did well, though. That's Bartlett again. And the free kick award is to Mitcham against Bartlett. So she'll go towards a pack of players. McAuliffe is one of those, and he'll just fall into her hands. She's got a bit of time. Runs onto it. The kick's okay. To a one-on-one. Might just fall into her hands. Deprinas sends it inside 50 for Mitcham. They've got players out the back. One of them there was McLean. Tried to sock it off the ground. Doing well there was the Coldstream defence. And they've got some numbers over the ball. The tackle.
Wow.
Bit of a sling. There's a ball spills out. McAuliffe is going to get it again. Handballs it back. Now Campbell. The kick inside 50. It's going to be cut off. And Coldstream will just a kick for hope. And again, Mitcham, they're going to be able to send it forward. The handball towards Campbell. She's tackled with the ball.
Another sling.
And
That's
slung.
They're not paying these slings,
No.
are they?
But it was well done there by Street, who's had an impact straight away coming into the midfield. She got some numbers out wide if she wants to go there. Kick didn't really hit and target at all. And we'll get a ball up.
It's been a vigorous start to this quarter.
It has. The intensity has risen. As we get another ball up. Tap forward. The kick out wide. Might fall into the hands of Young. She does. She gets a handball off to Stokes. The kick into the middle of the ground. And Coldstream might be able to get it here. Duke's open.
That was well done by Hewish.
Forward. got a bit of ground, and now they can send it inside 50 through Eastham. The one-on-one falls into the hands there of Payne. The kick goes sideways. Mitcham should be able to recover it. She'll be good with the football, she is. Might just fall out to the back. It might work out for him. Into McAuliffe. Just look at the leg speed on her. Handballs it off to a teammate running by. Couldn't quite control it. Does in the end, picks it up. The kick was smothered. I believe that was O'Dwyer there. And, well tackled Street. Just throws it to the ground. And the Coldstream kick off the ground lands straight into the hands of a Mitcham player.
That was good reaction time by Holloway. A good kick as well to McAuliffe in space there, out on the wing. Mitcham go forward again. McLean is the target. Oh, it spills out of her hands. It was picked up, though, and kicked. And now it comes to Linnett into the pocket. She takes a shot at goal. It's going to go through. That was impressive from a great angle as well. Wonderful
Beautiful
goal
kick
to Linnett. And Mitcham, well, they made the most of that opportunity. I didn't think that play was going to end in a goal, but it was well done. Started with McAuliffe. And they go up 3-1-19 to Coldstream, yet to score despite a better start to this
She's
quarter.
been phenomenal, McAuliffe.
Oh, yeah.
The leg speed she has, we've seen her on the wing. She gets a bit of space, and she's got a good kick on her too. So just got to get it into space with some of the Mitcham forwards like that, and it can really work out well for them.
Yep. And I think that's it. They had space. That was the big difference between that and a lot of the other players that have happened today. So back into the centre. Good tap down by Stokes. She gets it to McAuliffe again, and now a clearance there. That was well done. I think it was Clark. Into forward 50, scooped up. Coldstream just grimly defending at this point. Onto it was Hewish. She was knocked off it. Oh, it spills out to Riscoli. Little kick forward. It was a bit of a dribbler, but gets it back, Riscoli, onto the right. The goalkeeper there for Coldstream just taking the safety, taking the safe mark. And it was Hewish again, who I've been impressed by so far. It was a kick out there to Eastham, I believe. Sorry, Duke. Tackled and held to her just out on the right half forward flank for Mitcham.
I really like Lynette going forward. I think she's a good target down there. She's finding the ball a bit.
She's pretty mobile as well.
Yep.
So it's going to come to Street. She tries to break away. Couldn't quite break away with herself, but did with the kick. Parry was the target, trying to run onto it. Got Holloway for company. Scooped up, though, by Coldstream. Finds a one-on-one down there. Bartlett, edge to opponent under the ball, into the pocket now. Mitcham defense are going to have to hold on here if they're going to retain Coldstream at a scoreless scoreboard. And it's going to be a scrap. Another ball up there. Right there in the pocket for Coldstream. Ball goes up. Good tap there by Coldstream. It only found a Mitcham player, however. She was tackled and will have yet another ball up. Mitcham having to hold on strong here. That was Payne in there for Coldstream. It's going to find some space, however. Bit of a kick to a dangerous spot there. Scooped up by Bartlett, and she puts Coldstream's first on the board.
Very important one there for Coldstream. They needed it. They did well. They've started to attack a bit more in this first quarter and the first 7 minutes so far. So a bit of reward for effort, and they go to 1 straight 6, trailing by 13 points again. Mitcham 3-1-19. 7.5 minutes gone in this second term.
So the game's opened up, and I think it's favoured. Well, it's favoured Coldstream a little bit at least because they've got that goal on the board, and I think they've had a little bit more of the play as well. I'm just not sure if it's going to be sustainable for them given the amount of talent that Mitcham have.
Yeah, well, I worried about what they're going to do with McAuliffe because she's probably been the most influential player on the ground so far.
Definitely.
I think you're right. As you mentioned, they're quite flexible with the options they can do. Stokes again in the ruck. A nice leap on it, the tap out, but instead we go Coldstream's way through Eastham. The kick into space. Mitcham should get there first. Picked up well. Takes her opponent on. Kicks towards Stokes. She can take the mark. Did really well.
I really like Sarong's speed off the half back line.
You're right, yeah, very good call as Stokes goes towards a teammate there, cut off. Might fall into the hands of Stokes again. She picks it up cleanly off to McAuliffe. Back to their captain in Murphy as she's tackled to the ground, and that's a hole in the ball. Eastham did very well, and she's starting to really make a statement on this game. She had the centre clearance from just before. She goes down the line. Can they get a mark? Get something going forward? Instead, it's McAuliffe who did very well. It's very hard to stop.
Yep.
I don't know if you do a tagging roll on her, but her kick down the line, mark taken. They can send it inside 50 again. Through Lynette. She'll pass it off back to McAuliffe, who did well just to keep working. The kick bounced down towards the forward line. Stokes is there. A teammate picks it up, caught with a ball, and umpire says that was a throw. It's a throw against Heppel, I believe. Well tackled there by Madley. Or Madley. Take her time before exiting their back 50. Kick down the line's going to be cut off, you would think. Mark not taken. Ball hits the ground. Picking up there, first header of the ball was Murphy. Tackled again by Copeland. The handball out, and they've got some space here. Handballs it out. Could come back the other way, though. Putting her head over the ball there was Young. Bit of a scrap. Ball not coming out, and we'll get a ball up in the middle of the ground. 10 minutes gone in this second term.
So Coldstream, they've just found a little bit more vigour, haven't they?
Yep.
Clark, though, takes it. Sorry, that's Young. Kick inside forward 50 there for Mitcham. Target was Heppel, couldn't take it. Rascoli's there at ground level. Pulled off the ball by Coldstream. Coldstream are going to find it again, but she runs right into that tackle. Huge tackle there by McAuliffe. She's doing everything right now, Amber McAuliffe.
Not going anywhere.
Not at all. And that was Taylor Street, who was tackled. One of the better players for Coldstream. So head-to-head there. A fascinating clash. So it's the kick by McAuliffe towards the goal square, but she just overestimated her range. Fell short into a Coldstream player's hands who couldn't take the ball. Still in a dangerous spot there, but it dribbles harmlessly over the line for a behind for Mitcham.
Two of the best players on the ground going head-to-head.
Yeah, fantastic.
Ferocious players there.
So Monique Hewish here to take the kick in, as Mitcham have moved to 3-2-20. Coldstream 1 straight 6, 11 and a quarter minutes gone in this second quarter. Target there was Copeland, couldn't take it on the first grab, got it at ground level. Her kick was a bit of a blind one, so it's going to come back for Mitcham. Up goes Hewish, takes the mark. Well done, Monique Hewish. I've been impressed by her as well.
Yep.
So
she's up strong, hasn't she?
Yeah, she's looking for options there. Gonna go out wide there. The switch is on for Coldstream. Will it come off? Needed the successful mark. Couldn't quite get it. It was Moat Gilder who couldn't quite take it. So McAuliffe back onto it. No mark taken there by Stokes. Holloway was there at ground level. McAuliffe picks it up. Oh, she just breaks away. Found space. Found good purchase on the ball towards the goal square. Once again, just overestimated her range. And the mark's been taken again by Hewish in the goal square for Coldstream. Mark, not quite taken there by Crosby. Picked up by Clark. That's Young. Shares it round. Now to Holloway. Breaks away. Couldn't quite get hand on the ball. And that was holding the ball, or illegal disposal at least, there.
Leg away, Allen.
Yeah, well done. So the ruckman going to work with some pressure, which is great. Ruckwoman, I should say. Low ball. Just fell short, and McAuliffe once again passes it out. This is Stokes, Maddie Variety. Got it to Rascoli. Rascoli couldn't find a clear handball. Oh, good tackle there. She goes over. That Coldstream player looks like she's down. No, she's getting back up. That was Duke, but we found a free kick here there for Coldstream. Crosby it is. As Coldstream really try to break away from this bit of a lockdown that Mitcham have them under. And that's a poor kick, just straight into the hands of Lynette. So it's going to come back. Bit of a floating ball there. Nice mark by Street. Well done. Completely outpointed Young. So that wasn't Young, that was Clark. Getting those two mixed up. And a good mark out there out wide. An important one too, taken by Hewish. So she goes for a run on the left boot. Long ball towards the arc. No mark taken there by Bartlett. Mitcham going to have to defend now. Scooped up. That was well done. Newell can get a clear kick away. Umpire whistle blows and we'll get a free kick to Mitcham. I think it was a legal disposal. So Mitcham to rebound now. After what looked like it was a good attack there by Coldstream, it's come unstuck. Mitcham, can they make use of this attack? Bit of a handball there into space. So Coldstream putting the pressure on and turning the ball over once again. But that kick inboard was marked by Holloway. We'll go forward again for Mitcham. She finds the pack. Mark taken. And that's, I think, Newport. High ball.
I think.
Stokes. High ball into the forward line. No mark taken for Mitcham. It's a ground level. Once again, we'll get another ball up. And it was Rascoli there, just trying to find a second goal. Rascoli, she's opportunistic like that. So, knocked down by Stokes. Onto it, Rascoli. Gets the handball away. This is Holloway. Breaks away into space. Couldn't quite get purchased on the ball. Coldstream now. Well, there's a long handball, but it only found Stokes. Picked up by Rascoli towards the goal square for Mitcham. One-on-one back there. Coldstream cavalry arrived, but it was scooped up by a Mitcham player. Not taken off of it was Frost. Coldstream get a bouncing ball towards the arc. Scooped up there. Could have been a throw against Mitcham. Wasn't called. Picked up by Coupland. Tackled the ground. Another ball up there on the arc. Coldstream defending grimly.
Under a lot of pressure. Right in the forward 50. Tap out by Lynette. Fell in the hand of Stokes. Her kick inbound. Looking for a teammate there in Heppel. She's well beaten. Lynette falls into her hands. Kick on the boot towards goal. How's the bounce? Oh, you can sock it through. Oh, well kept in. What a save there. But it's into a dangerous spot, though. She probably should have tapped it towards goal. They're still under a lot of pressure. Falls into the hands, passes it off. Heppel's under the ball. Handballs it off to Holloway. Smothered. The kick-off. Couldn't quite get it out. They're just under an extreme amount of pressure. The mark dropped by Eastham, so they're still not out of it yet. Towards the boundary. Well tackled by McAuliffe, and she's gone for holding the ball. If she's in anywhere near it, she'll end up with the footy.
Chaotic couple of moments there. I think it was Georgia Crosby.
Yeah, the Crosby smother. Finds Holloway open. She can take the mark off. Slip through her hands. She does well, though. The second attempt passes off to Stokes. She's tackled to the ground. Must have just got her kick away. And we might get another ball up. They just can't get it out of there. Mitcham have had 3 or 4 attempts at a goal here. But they're fighting with all their life as Ross Colley almost caught high by Street. And I think she is, and I think she's going to earn herself a free kick in front of goal. And this is a chance to extend Mitcham's lead to a game-high 20 points. So a really important kick here. 17 minutes gone in this second term. This would make it tough for Coldstream. So Ross Colley definitely got the distance. How's the accuracy?
Just the 1 point.
Just the one behind. So 3-3 Mitcham. Coldstream 1 straight 6. Just less than 3 minutes to go in this second term. But Hewitt will take it out of defence.
I mean, fortunate for Coldstream that didn't go through. I think it would have been quite demoralising there. As they have kicked the most recent goal, Coldstream, I believe.
Yes, I have.
It was Bartlett. I'd say about 10 minutes ago or so. So no goal since then in the game. Anyway, Hewish it was to get that kick away. Langlery Allen was the target.
Ended up with it again.
Yeah, McAuliffe takes advantage there. And it was down to Young towards the goal square. No mark there by Semmons. And it'll be out into the pocket. Coldstream continuously having to defend.
Wherever you're kicking it outside 50, just do not send it anywhere near McAuliffe.
No.
Because she's ended up with it almost every time.
So down to Holloway. She gets actually a clear ball towards the goal square. Defended well, though, by Madeley. Ends up with it again. Gets the kick away despite being on the ground. Heppel takes it. Trying to pick it up again, but tackled. It was a good tackle by Newell. in the pocket. Just 1.5 minutes left in this quarter. Mitcham 3-3-21, Coldstream 1 straight 6. So it comes nearly there to, I think it was Young. Good ball away. Oh, it was by Coldstream, but it found Lynette. Unfortunately, McAuliffe again just gets the snap on the right there towards the goal square, just floats to the left. And it's going to be the one behind.
I think every time she sent it down there, Hewitt's been on the line. Hewish, has been on the line.
Yep. She's good at reading the play and good at positioning herself. She's not lapsing in her concentration. She's been very important down there for Coldstream. She took a couple of bounces there on that kick out and found a good mark to Kayla Payne. Kicks it onto the wing. One-on-one contest there off the hands of the Mitcham player. Lynette is there to try and receive it. Bartlett, however, has worked up the ground, got the kick away. It was a centering ball, but guess who's there? It's McAuliffe. Oh, couldn't quite take the mark. In fact, it wasn't McAuliffe. Someone was Young. Scooped up there by the Mitcham player. Couldn't quite roll it towards advantage, so it was scooped up by Duke. She got the ball down to Newell. No clear possession by her. Crashing in goes Mitcham again, putting more pressure on the Coldstream attack. And another ball up at about just shy of centre half forward for Coldstream. Good tap there by Langbury Allen. Not going to be not too much advantage there for Coldstream from that clearance as we hear the halftime siren blow.
I breathed a sigh of relief there. They were under a lot of pressure.
Absolutely, they were. So currently, Mitcham 3-4-22, Coldstream 1 straight 6 here at Walker Reserve, Walker Park, in fact. And Ryan, who have been the goal scorers here in this first half?
Mitcham's first 3 goal scorers, Lynette, Roscoli and McLean, all with 1 each. And then for Coldstream, the lone scorer, Casey Bartlett, with 1 in that term. So we go into half-time. Mitcham will take a handy lead, 3-4-22 to Coldstream, 1 straight 6 here at the match of the day between Mitcham and Coldstream at Walker Park. Yes, welcome back to the Deakin University match of the day between Mitcham and Coldstream. Division 3, it's third versus fourth, and it's been an exciting contest so far. Mitcham with a 16-point lead going into the halftime break. Jared, fascinating first half, been a real attacking display by Mitcham, but the pressure from Coldstream as well have really, their defence has stood up. How was your sort of assessment on that first half on what was a pretty exciting game of footy?
Well, I think the theme for Mitcham throughout today has been that they've got the stars and they also have the flexibility as well. Like they can throw the magnets around and go pretty well. Yeah, in the game against Nunawading that we broadcast a few months ago, we saw Holloway and I think it was Heppel were the two main backwomen for Mitcham. But today they've Holloway's playing definitely further up the ground. Heppel's now a forward.
Yep.
So they've got the options to go this way and that, and of course the stars, McAuliffe, we can't
Unstoppable.
Unstoppable. Yeah, she's not exactly. I think the margin's a little bit too a little too big to say that she's been the difference.
Yep.
But she's definitely been one of the reasons that Coldstream haven't been able to get back into the game, and will probably continue to play that sort of a role.
You're spot on, and I have liked seeing Stokes in the ruck in that second quarter and putting Lynette up forward, and I think she is starting at centre half forward at the moment. She's been good up forward. She's really found plenty of that as the ball is brought up for the start of the third quarter. That was straight there. That was tackled. Didn't really get her boot to ball. She'll end up claiming it again and kicks it forward, and that's a strong mark by the Mitcham defender there. Well done by Newport. She kicks inbound, finds a target in Campbell. She'll take her time before getting her kick away. Almost smothered, but did well. Kicked it towards a teammate there in Clark. It's going to be first the ball. She just taps it forward. That ball's not going anywhere, Jared.
Clark going the short sleeves now, thankfully, because I was continuously confusing her with Sarah Young.
So back in the ruck, tap forward by Coldstream. Won't go too far. The handball out to Campbell. Couldn't quite claim it as Street takes it. And her kick forward. She's got one-on-one here. Getting back is Sarong to help her teammate. And she lays a big tackle there on Payne. Brought to the ground. We'll get a ball up. But again, Coldstream, they started the second quarter with a clearance and inside 50, and they've done the same here. They've just got to hit the scoreboard to really tighten this game up. The tap out falls in the hands of Duke, the captain. And tackle there. It's another ball up inside 50. Just a minute and a half gone in this third term. Back in the ruck, tap forward to a more dangerous position on the ground. The kick out was not touched, so it'll be Coldstream's ball here.
That's crucial.
So Holly Duke, whether she'll take the set shot or just launch it to the top of the square. It's a good-looking kick, but it's going to fall short. And the mark taken there by the Mitcham defender in Sarong.
Yeah, well done by Sarong. So, no, not a great kick, though. So it's going to have to be cleaned up here by Mitcham. Ellie Campbell just kicks it right off the ground. Coupland was there waiting. She couldn't quite scoop it up. Oh, knocked off the ball well there by DePradenese. She gets a handball away. That was McAuliffe, of course, running down the wing. Was able to get a kick down. Just slipped out of the hands, though, of that Simmons down there. And it's going to be a last possession rule free kick there to Coldstream. So they're going to have to try and build a little bit from the half back line. Good mark taken by Duke. Just assessing options. Not too much movement there down there for her. No mark taken. Straight onto it. Trying her best to lock it up at least. Forced forward there by Coldstream. Scooped up by the ruckwoman, Largoe Allen. And we'll have a ball up on this near side wing.
So again, another change in the ruck. I think they've got Simmons in there at the minute.
Yeah, she hasn't been called that much, Simmons, so probably a good way to just get her into the game, but yet more flexibility. That's the third ruck woman we've seen for Mitcham today. So Largoe Allen goes into the right, gets the tap down. That was well done. Street was the target, so it falls in front of her. She's got space. She receives it from a teammate, trying to break free. Street Sure.
Oh.
Lucky, I think, to get the
Wanted to take him on, didn't she?
yeah, she did, to not get the holding the ball call. So territory gained there by Coldstream. Simmons taps it down, fishing it out there. It was well done by Eastham. Gets a centering kick. Coldstream trying to take advantage of this territory that they've found. Scooped up by Tahiro. Oh, straight now.
Oh,
Gives
Dusty.
the don't argue. Trying to get him. Oh, that's holding the ball, definitely. Oh, might have been a high tackle. Gee. Straight getting away here with just taking the game on.
She went full
like
dust
to
and
see
run.
it. Yeah, you like to see it, but also at some point she's going to get caught holding the ball. Not a great ball drop though. Down towards centre half forward. Just no mark taken, and it's going to be Payne, I think, who is wrapped up there for Coldstream.
Yeah, certainly interesting there. I thought she was very lucky. She's an exciting player, though. So out the ruck, falls into Michaela's hands, who gets a quick handball off. Now going forward. We've got some players there. Lynette is one of them. Might be able to run onto it. Teammate gets there first in Murphy. And no one really with a clear possession as Lynette tries to sock it off the ground on the far side. Right towards the boundary line. And the tackle not rewarded. Coldstream with some numbers. Here's Duke. Got some players in the middle. One of them is Street. She's caught immediately with the ball. Just got her boot to it. She might be able to receive her own kick. Keeps her in front of her. The teammate picks it up and she's caught in a tackle straight away. And we'll get a ball up in the middle of the ground. Certainly a high-pressure game. Both sides looking like they're on their way to finals. It's in a couple of weeks. As the kick forward there by Campbell. The mark taken by Lynette. And she'll send it inside 50. She got a good kicker on her. Towards her teammate. Getting back there with Hewish. And first the ball. Been Madeley. We'll get another ball up. Inside 50 for Mitcham. They lead by 16 points. 6 minutes gone into this third term. Another goal here would be crucial. Off the boot. That's through the middle. And Michaela has her first, and she has put an exclamation mark on her game so far. What a statement she's made.
Absolutely. That is a well-earned goal there by McAuliffe. We've both obviously been very impressed with her work throughout the day, and that was well called. It is an exclamation point. Mitcham moved to 4-4-28 to Coldstream, one straight 6.5 minutes.
Just finds herself in the perfect positions every time. You know, that ball up there, you know, as well roved, and
she's good at reading the play.
Yeah, and she can finish at goal. So
yeah, she's been opportunistic throughout today. First time she's put that goal on the board. So Coldstream was really going to need to find something here to fight it back. Clark taken to ground there. Sorry, Young taken to ground there as it moves forward. Scooped up by, or not quite scooped up. Oh, now she's got it. That was well done by, I think it was Stokes of the Maddie variety into the forward line. Coldstream are able to lock it up there as Mitcham try to thrust forward again. Just
dangerous times now for Coldstream.
It's starting to look a little bit dangerous now. I think midfield is tiring a little bit, and Mitcham starting to get on top. Coldstream, however, through Copeland, get it forward. It was a bouncing ball. Yeah, well scooped up there by Payne. The kick went nowhere, however, and we've got a ball up once again at centre half forward for Mitcham. Up they go. Largawi Allen gets the tap, but it was McAuliffe once again roving it. She gets it back. Can she get a boot onto it? She finds the girl in space. This is Maddie Stokes towards the boundary line. Her kick was quite narrow to the boundary line, and will get an out on the full free kick there, going to Hewish, who continues to stand up for Coldstream. She gets a kick. Oh, that's out on the full, unfortunately. I think the wind might have taken it. There is a bit of a breeze here.
Yeah, there is now.
So McAuliffe to take the kick, and once again, wind affecting it, out in the full again. So that's 3 in a row. And Hewish will get it back to try again.
Definitely towards that pocket now that picked up in that quarter.
Yep. And it'll be a bit of a struggle perhaps to get it out of this pocket for Coldstream. They've been struggling to get it out of defence all day. So Hewish, what can she do with it?
Good kick.
It was a good kick, but the mark's been taken once again by McAuliffe. So Hewish and McAuliffe just playing kick to kick at this point. There's a player down, actually. Mitcham player down. Real unfortunate. So good that she's very close to the bench there. But we go back to the players. The kick on goal is going to sail left.
Well, it wasn't
It's kept in by Mitcham. Fortunately, good smother there in defence by Coldstream. They've had a couple of those players today. Back into the pocket towards the boundary line. Is it going to go over? Little kick out to Riscoli. Meeting it head on there was Madeley. They all capsize, and we'll get a ball up in the pocket once more as the Mitcham player gingerly comes off. We'll see who it is soon. Ball just squirted out there to, I think it was a Coldstream player, but it's found by McAuliffe once again. She gets a snap onto it. It's a good kick, and it's found the waiting arms of the goal kicker from the first quarter, McLean.
Chloe Stokes, I think.
Is that Stokes? Couldn't quite read the number.
Yep.
Yeah, it is Chloe Stokes. It's 31, not 21. On her right. It's a good kick. Is it just sailed left? Right?
So
it is goal. Wow. It is a goal, and we waited on the goal umpire to tell us what it was because it went just sort of like over the post just about, but great goal, Chloe
just
Stokes.
on that injury update, that's Treasure Newport who's come off limping.
Unfortunately.
She was able just to be able to walk there without the trainers. So hopefully that's nothing too serious.
Yeah. But the good news for Mitcham is that they have moved up 5-4-34 to Coldstream, 1 straight 6. 10 minutes, 40 gone in this third quarter.
Game high lead for the Tigers. You think one more would absolutely seal it, but they do look to be home the way they're going so far. And a win here would guarantee finals for them, which is a big accomplishment for the club.
Yeah.
So back in the ruck, that's Chloe Stokes who's moved back there. Mitcham got to numbers 3, taking on handball off to Young. Young handball off to Roscoli. Her kick inside 50. They're starting to really put pressure on Coldstream now. Falls into the hands of Murphy. She puts the ball in the boot and it will bounce out of bounds and will go Coldstream's way. Last touch possession, and again, it'll be Monique Hewish to take it. She's had a fantastic day down back. Sort of wish she had two of her, to be honest. I think she'd be a good target up forward because she's a great mark of the footy.
She's well, I was about to say she's a decent kick as well.
Yeah,
but again, the wind took her.
She's got good length.
Yeah.
Just that wind's really picked up this quarter.
She needs to compensate for that a little bit more.
Sarah Young will take it and finds a target again, and that's Stokes, who just kicked the last one. She'll play on this time. It's a good-looking ball. It puts it up right to the top of the square. If they can get someone there, Murphy and the other Stokes, Maddie Stokes, no one can cleanly take it, though, and we'll get a ball up in the forward pocket for Mitcham. Almost 12 and a half minutes gone in this third term. They lead by 28 points. The tap out by Coldstream. They've got to get it out there and find one themselves, and McAuliffe is able to pick it up. She again, second attempt, shrugs off an opponent, puts it on the boot, up towards the top of the square. Strong mark on the last line of defence.
That was well done by Coldstream. You've got to say it was probably Hewish again. I couldn't tell you, but it was a good set mark by Mitcham. As it's going to be coming back for them. Low ball towards the pocket. McAuliffe is there to try and contest. Tackles laid there on the Coldstream player. Coldstream trying to defend grimly. McAuliffe, from the angle. Just finds a Coldstream goalkeeper, essentially. It was well taken. Good, courageous mark on the last line of defence. They've been doing this quite a bit, Coldstream. They've had to. And once again, they're struggling to find an avenue out of their defence.
Great courage with it.
Absolutely, it was. Yeah. So the high kick comes towards the half-forward line. Mitcham trying to fish it out at ground level. It's not going to happen, though. We'll get another ball up. As you can kind of feel the players start to tire a little bit. Little less vigor in the game as it was in the second quarter. However, here they go. Coldstream on a bit of a run here. It was Parry. Haven't seen too much of her. She got the kick away into space, but it was scooped up well by O'Dwyer. Towards centre half forward for Mitcham. Ball comes out. Once again, McAuliffe. She's everywhere. Low ball into the forward line and a great mark. Once again, this is Chloe Stokes.
Hasn't she stepped up this quarter?
Yeah, absolutely, she has. She's
a leading target.
Yeah, and I think it was a good move to take her out of the ruck this time and put her down forward on the right boot. It's just going to drift right, unfortunately, for Chloe Stokes and Mitcham. But of course, it was a great connection just in general. Both of them, McAuliffe and Stokes.
She's going to be vital come September.
Yeah,
or August actually for the finals. That bit of an X factor player,
for sure.
Probably will have to really perform well if they're going to beat either East Burwood or Croydon North come finals time.
Yep.
But they seem to have the edge over Coldstream, which will be important because they will. You would imagine you'd just about lock them in for 2 weeks' time. So right now we're basically looking at a finals preview. As the last touch possession will go Mitcham's way, and they'll send it back inside 50. Here's Lynette up towards Stokes again. Mark almost taken. It's going to fall in the hands of McAuliffe. She puts it on the boot, straight through the middle. She's got another. Unstoppable.
Yeah. You got to say, definitely. If we're looking forward to the end of the game where we give our votes, I mean, McAuliffe.
I think she's a lock for 3 votes just about. Mitcham 6-5, 41, lead Coldstream 1 straight 6. We're 15 and a half minutes gone in this third term.
Yeah, even if I reckon she could just get subbed out, not touch the ball for the rest of the game. she's been the absolute star when the game has been on the line.
I don't know if we have Premier data stats for this, but we should because she would have about 30 touches already.
Yeah, no doubt. So back into the middle it is. Good tap down there by Lagui Allen. Gets it out to the Coldstream midfielder towards the forward line there for Coldstream. Coming out and meeting it was Crosby. She's been thrown forward this quarter. Copeland gets a scrappy handball out there to it was Duke. Running away with it was Easton. Kick smothered though by McAuliffe. Picked up again there by Bartlett, and she finds a chest in Crosby. So rush of blood as Crosby just kicks it straight to Holloway, who's been thrown back for Mitcham. She takes the mark, and it was a bit of a safe one. Bit of a wasted opportunity there for Coldstream. Although Mark nearly taken there by Duke. Coming away with it, however, Lynette for Mitcham kicks it out. And Ruscoli couldn't keep it in. She looks like she did get a hand to it according to the umpire.
Just an update on Newport. So what looked like a bit of a knee injury, but all is okay, and she is being looked after by the trainers on the bench right now.
So good news if it is nothing more than something that might end her game, but not knock her out for any weeks beyond this one. So Mitcham to get the clearance once again. It's built out to Lynette. She couldn't quite handle it though. Ruscoli there fighting for it. Lynette, however, takes it and is taken down in the tackle. Got the ball away, but it was to a Coldstream player. She got the kick, running onto it. That was well done by Parry, but her kick was intercepted by Holloway, who's also going to be important come finals time. Haven't seen much of her today, just given that she has been down back, but definitely an important player for when Mitcham are challenged a little bit more than they have been today. McAuliffe once again, bit of a fresh air by McAuliffe, went and got her own ball again. Now out to Young, inside 50 here for Mitcham. Bit of a probing ball, but it's going to bounce perhaps harmlessly towards the boundary line. No, kept in. Good attempt by Olivia Frost, but
good result though.
Yeah, it is a good result, definitely. Good territory gained by Mitcham, and we'll get another ball up there. Stokes to take the ruck duties for Mitcham. Gets the tap down. Wrapped up, though, by the Coldstream defence, and we'll get yet another ball up. Of course, Mitcham 6-5, 41 to Coldstream 1 straight 6. Time ticking down in this third quarter. Tackled over the line. Oh, but keeping the ball in. That was brave, strategically brave at least for Coldstream to keep it in. Mitcham, however, to rebound back inside their forward 50. Kick smothered. Bouncing ball towards the goal mouth. Once again, good defense by Coldstream, keeping it out of there. Scooped up, tackled, and holding the woman there, I think, called by the umpire. Free kick goes to... Nope, sorry. He's taking it for himself. No, he is. Okay, my first reaction was correct, but it's actually going Mitcham's way. So going for goal here. From the pocket. Towards the goal mouth. No score kept in. And perhaps taken over the line there. I think it was Hewish. Sorry, Manu Hewish. And now she will take the kick in.
So rush over the line, just a minor score. 6-5, 41 to one straight 6. As Hewish will look to escape the back line. Punched over the line there by Stokes, who's had a massive third term. Mitcham will take a 35-point lead going into three-quarter time. They won't have enough time to score here with just 5 seconds left unless they give away a free kick. Might just fall into Roscoli's hand, but she's beaten by the siren. So Mitcham 6-5, 41 to Coldstream, one straight 6 here at Walker Park at three-quarter time. Jared, the goal scorers so far.
So for Mitcham, in the first quarter, we had goals to Kat Roscoli and Erin McLean. In the second quarter, just the one goal to Hannah Lynette. And then in the third, 2 goals to Amber McAuliffe and 1 goal to Chloe Stokes, as Mitcham really built a lead there with those 6 goals. Just the 1 goal to the Coldstream side. Casey Bartlett getting 1 in that second quarter. As we head into three-quarter time in this Division 3 match between Mitcham and Coldstream, we will see you on the other side of this break.
Welcome back to Walker Park for the final term in this Deakin University match today. Mitcham Coldstream, third versus fourth, and it is Mitcham who come into this game in fourth. They're 6-6-42 to Coldstream, one straight six, so a 36-point lead into this last term. Jared, they've been very dominant, especially going forward. But Coldstream's defence has been quite impressive, but it's sort of those repeat inside 50s that, done the job.
Yeah, it's just one of those stories where you have a good defense. They're standing up really well, but it's not been helped by their delivery outside of 50. They've kind of shot themselves on the foot a little bit with those exits, and the midfield just hasn't quite. It's been overwhelmed essentially by Mitcham, and the few times that it has gone forward for Coldstream, they've just not been able to capitalize. I mean, even if they could have, it's just not been down there enough for them. Just a quick injury update as well. I think it was Treasure Newport who copped a bit of a knee injury in the third quarter. She'll be starting on the ground by the looks of it, which is really good news because it looked like she was coming off very, very slowly in that third quarter. She was down for quite a while. As we're about to get underway for this final quarter, here's Ryan Long to get things underway.
So it looks like we've got Kelsey Semens that has gone back into the ruck. The tap out there went Coldstream's way. Almost caught without the ball there. Was Lynette, who's moved to the wing. And we'll get a secondary ball up. We said a 36-point lead to Mitcham. Again, the ball first was Mitcham. Now falls into the hands of Lynette, who goes forward. And the kick inside 50. Handball went out. Didn't go too far. Oh, here's Lynette. I've been calling the wrong person. I think Depradenes. Apologies. As the ball just bounces off the Coldstream defender's head in Hewish. In a dangerous spot. Couldn't quite get a kick there. Spills out. And brought into a tackle. Just gets her hands out here to Madeley. Handballs it out and into a big tackle. Will hold the ball up. So apologies there, Lynette is up forward. I thought it was a bit of an odd change. So tap forward, might fall in the hands of Duke. Bumped up the ball there, but that was Bartlett who's moved back. Gets her hands on it here is Clark, kicks it forward. Maddie Stokes might be able to pick it up. She maybe didn't have the ball there. Could have earned herself a free kick. And she finds it again. And we'll get a ball up. Coldstream may have gotten away with one there.
Calls of great pressure from the Coldstream interchange, I think I heard.
Certainly is the tap forward by Coldstream here. Falls in the hands of Campbell. Picking it up first was Stokes. Coldstream just got to clear it out, but no one's touched that, so it will be a Mitcham free kick. And I believe that'll be Ross Colley to take it. They got some options up forward towards Campbell. Mark spoiled away there. Well done by the defence. Falls into the hands of Debrinas, who goes up towards the top of the square. Falls out the back. Here's Stokes. You can get a boot on it. Sockers it off the ground. Oh, was it touched? It's hit the post
anyway, yeah. Jay. Would have been fascinating to see what the decision was if it had not hit the post. Because hard to say whether or not it was touched.
I believe it was Depradenes that had the kick inside 50. I've said her name wrong a few times.
It definitely happens with the commentators sometimes. It was nearly McAuliffe, nearly a good mark taken, but at ground level there, scooping it up was Coupland. Couldn't do anything with it, however, and we'll get a ball up here on the arc. Back into the ruck here for Mitcham as Semmens up against Largoy Allen. Knocked down to Holloway. She gets a centering ball there. Fogarty couldn't take the mark. She's been thrown forward. And, actually extracting it there, picking it up, and getting tackled was Eastham holding the ball. So good effort there, but couldn't get rid of it in time. And it was a great tackle led. I think this is Maddie Stokes, by the looks of things. Just lining up on the right boot towards the goal square. It's going to drift right a little bit. Mark nearly taken there by Hewish. She got a good kick away there before being knocked over. outside of defence for Coldstream, but it's going to be coming back as it has quite often. Not picked up there by Simmons. And a centering ball, just bouncing into space, scooped up. Oh, not quite scooped up. It's all Coldstream there. It comes to Newish, shrugs the tackle, finds some space, left foot ball, down the centre. And it wasn't quite picked up there by Payne. And it's going to be Mitcham onto it once again, running for it. That was good speed indeed.
She's been called up too far.
Yeah.
I believe that was Newport, so.
Yeah. So good to see her putting some speed down on the field after copping that injury. It's Bella Rogers to take the free kick for Coldstream. Bit of a floater there and swallowed up once again by McAuliffe on the wing. And Mitcham will continue to attack, continue to press their advantage. 6-7-43, of course, to Coldstream. 1 straight 6. 5 minutes gone in this final quarter. Finding it at ground level. Mitcham gets the handball off to Rascoli. Gets the kick into the centre line. Scooped up by Campbell. Intelligent tap there to Lynette, but she couldn't find a handball target, and it's going to be coming out again for Coldstream. Rascoli will be the one onto it, however, for Mitcham, or let her teammate have it, however. Tackled immediately, though, and we'll get a ball up there. That was good by Mel Huskin.
The intent and pressure has been there all day from Coldstream, so
it has been.
You can't fault that at all.
No. And you can see sort of like the way they play, low scoring, but able to hold teams out. Good kick inside forward 50 there for Mitcham. No mark taken there by Heppel, but at ground level, picking it up. That was one of my Clark. Tackled to ground, however. Coldstream, the ball's in space. They're going to have to do something with it. Hewish scoops it up. Was tackled immediately, and we'll get another ball up there in the pocket.
So well done there by, I think, Campbell to hold the play up. So ball up, Lynette. Couldn't quite get it tap out. And the kick towards the boundary line is just going to roll out, and that'll be a Mitcham free. I think Rascoli will take it. She'll claim it.
It saw her mistake immediately and tried to run after
she
it.
tried to get on, but couldn't quite get there was Huskin. As Rascoli puts up to a danger spot. She might be able to win this, though. So Huskin tries to clear it out. It's not going to go too far. Push off the ball there. No free kick given. Campbell first to it. A kick forward. There was smothered there. Rogers couldn't get a clean kick. Holloway. And we'll get another ball up. No, kick forward. It's an intercept mark as Bartlett just bombs the ball down long. It's a pretty long kick, but it's not going to go too far as Young will run onto it. Sarah Young, she did well and now finds a target. She can take the mark. She does.
Good evasive skills by Young.
Did very well. So Mitcham now on the far side. The kick went over the top of Stokes' head and into McAuliffe. She handballs it off back to Stokes. Her kick forward may work out for him. And well tackled. Could have been in the back. Nothing called. And another ball up. 7 minutes gone in this final term. We're looking at a elimination final preview, you would think. Rascoli goes forward, looking for Campbell. Pushed her opponent aside, but well tackled there by Coupland. And holding the ball. So she'll earn herself a free kick. She's fought hard, Jade, hasn't she?
Yeah, absolutely she has. Alicia Coupland, I should say. So high ball towards Holloway, however, cut it off. And over to McAuliffe. There's a Coldstream player in a bit of pain there by the looks of it. We'll get onto that. DePradon is tackled, stripped of the ball, gets it to Lynette, over to Holloway. Scrambling ball inside forward 50 for Mitcham. Held without it pretty clearly was Maddie Stokes, and she'll take the free kick. And yeah, definitely
looks like Huskin off the ball.
Yeah, Huskin indeed. So Maddie Stokes to go for goal. This would be her first of the game if she kicks it. She gets good purchase towards the goal square. It's going to fall short, however. Coldstream, as they always have, had the goalkeepers. It was nearly a kick off the ground by Campbell, but it's saved again by Coldstream. They get the clearing kick, but it's going to bounce over the line just there at the Coldstream bench. So it's coming back through Holloway towards the top of the goal square. Will there be a mark? No, not quite. Down into the pocket it goes, or rolling over the line, in fact. And it'll just be the 1 point there. As I think I believe Houston's been taken off the ground, has she?
Yep. So she's come off. Not sure what's the verdict there, but
Yeah,
hopefully she's okay.
she was doubled over in pain, unfortunately. So to take the kick in here will be Hewish once again, as she has to this is Duke. Duke gets the kick down. Good mark taken by Crosby, and she will try and find some options forward. This is what they've struggled with. This last kick here, usually Mitcham just are able to turn it over and get it back. This time it's been held up. Pack of players around it. Hard to see exactly how the ball's going to come out. So the umpire will be the one to break things up. We'll have another rock contest here. Simmons gets the tap down. And it's right into the hands of a waiting Mitcham player. Oh, it's come out. That was surprising that it came out. So Coldstream thrust it forward. Now scooped up. This is Lagaway Allen. Gets the handball off. Payne on the kick towards the goal square. It's just going to bounce and drift right. Unfortunate for Coldstream. Only their second score of the day. They move to 1-1-7 to Mitcham 6-8, 44. 10 minutes to go in this final quarter.
The kick it was a good idea. They did have the numbers back there, and if they could have finished, it would have been pretty handy. But it's an important 10 minutes from you. You might as well try a few things, because knowing you got to play Mitcham in a couple of weeks, worth a shot. As Stokes finds the ball and she's caught by Payne. The tackle, and we'll get another ball up. So you wonder if you would just throw the magnets around a bit, because you're pretty much worth it taking a few risks here.
You probably would. Mitcham have been doing that all day, funnily enough.
And the interesting thing is, Zammit will come back in the side, you would think, before finals time. So that's another piece of the puzzle there, that I've got a lot of options as Coldstream goes forward through Copeland. Standing back there, that didn't quite land into her hands. A chance now for Rogers if she can get onto it. And
Hazel
no score
Langley
there by Hazel Langley.
Yeah, got the flying shot at goal, but nothing doing.
So 37-point Mitcham lead. As again, that win may just not play an impact there, as falls in the hands of Copeland and brought down into a tackle, Jade.
That was Newport who got that tackle. So again, good to see her back out there after the potential injury, at least. Tapped down by Coldstream. One out of the ruck there. That was well done by Lagaway Allen. She got it down to Payne. She gets a kick around the corner. Oh, not taken clearly, though, by Coldstream. They had an opportunity, but fumbled. And we'll get a ball up here in Coldstream's forward line. Down at the Whitehorse Road end. No clear possession just yet. Players all around it. Umpire breaks it up. Just 8 minutes left in this final term. Another ball up. Lagaway Allen just takes it out of the ruck this time. Says, this is mine. Duke gets the kick. No mark quite taken there in the goal square, unfortunately. Coldstream going again. We'll get the ball up. Of course, speaking of Coldstream, later today we'll have the Coldstream versus Waverley Blues matchup in the men's Division 3. Out of the clearance there was McAuliffe. And now mark taken. That was well done by Murphy. Murphy gets the ball. Oh, gee. It was a wide kick, bounce. Way too wide. And it was it's going to be a Coldstream free kick here. They're going to send it back forward. So this time it's Mitcham struggling to get it out of their defense, as Newish just skies a big one down into the pocket. It's going to bounce over, and I think Mitcham will take the last possession free kick once more. Now in the hands of Young. Or will be in a sec. There it is. Young probing for options. She's just going to kick it down the line and hope Holloway can take it. No, Newish once again. She's been really good.
Yeah, she's had a great day.
Yeah, definitely best on ground for Coldstream, I would say.
Her and Copeland.
Yeah, yep, definitely. Left foot ball. It was a centering one this time towards centre half forward for Coldstream, but no mark taken once more. So yet another ball up. 44-7. The score currently. Mitcham gonna run away with Well, they have run away with this one. Copeland takes the safe mark and will send it back forward for Coldstream. Gets the handball off to Newish. So it's her left boot towards the goal square. Can they shepherd it through or take the mark? It falls to ground and a goal. A goal has been kicked off the ground by Hazel Langley. And Coldstream get their second of the day. They move to 2-1-13. Mitcham, of course, 6-8-44. And the Cougars get some consolation, don't they, Ryan?
And that was an incredible kick off the boot. A long kick right towards the top of the square, and they needed that sort of just a bit of a reward for effort, because they've been better than what the scoreboard suggests. I think.
Yeah, absolutely.
As good as Mitcham have been, I think Coldstream have been really competitive. So that's important for them.
Yeah, a couple of players for Coldstream definitely deserve to come away with a goal or two to their name.
So back in the ruck, tap out there, well done by Lagoy Allen. Mitcham are going to recover it. Went over the head of Murphy. Copeland might be able to get it, but instead it's Holloway. Gets a handball off to Murphy. Kick might be turned over. Here's Duke for Coldstream. The handball back to Copeland. Kicks it forward, gets a bit of ground. Having an impressive last 5 minutes. Socket off the ground there by Rogers. Keeping it going forward. They'd like another one. And it might get held up here if the ball can't escape. And the umpire taking his time, and we'll call a ball up. So Mitcham 6-8-44, Coldstream 2-1-13, coming up to 16 minutes gone in this final term. Thanks for joining us either on Facebook or YouTube. Just a couple of weeks away from the beginning of the finals for the women's divisions.
Very excited to see how all that unfolds.
Certainly, as ball tapped forward for Coldstream. The tackle there on Payne brings her down, and we'll get another ball up. So Mitcham, I believe, will play Millbrook next week. As the kick forward, mark not taken. She did well to recover it though, but she's caught in a tackle, and we'll get a ball up.
Indeed. So Coldstream definitely acquitting themselves here in this final quarter. They've done well. And it was a kick out of the clearance. That was well done. Let's see who it was. Coldstream get their third on the board. I'm going to have to check who that was, who the celebrations are for.
Well, it's a big response for them.
It really is, yeah. So, that was, well done by Coldstream. Just continuously getting it into their forward line. Mitcham perhaps running out of steam a little bit, know that they've got the game wrapped up, but not to take anything away from the Cougars. They're really starting to get the score on the board that they deserve.
So Hugheskin, that injury, I think it's a bit of a knock to the side. So she's about to come on. I think a similar injury to she had a couple of weeks ago. So a bit of a stinger, but she's okay. As Coldstream again try and go forward, Holloway's there for Mitcham, and she lays a tackle to hold it up. But they've been impressive the last 5 minutes. Sort of probably the attack they would have wanted a bit earlier in the game.
Yeah, would have evened things up a little bit.
So Ross Golly, she's tackled with the ball by Duke, and then returns a tackle of her own on Eastham. Just 2.5 minutes to go in this final quarter. We're looking at a preview for the finals, as the tap out there falls in the hands of Duke. She sockets it forward. Could work out for her. Payne's there if she can get there. Instead, it falls into the hands of Parry. Did well out of the tackle there, Eastham. Caught with the ball, though. And the tackle by Mitcham is rewarded. And they too would like one more. Sort of a similar margin to the last time they met. But Coldstream have managed to bring it back to just to 25 points, which is a positive result. A step forward from the last time these two sides met. As Mitcham have their chance to go forward, here's Maddie Stokes. Taps it in front of her. Kicks it towards a teammate in Heppel. Handballs it off. Try and link up. Stokes again. She's caught with the ball. Just gets her hands out. And another tackle will lead to a ball up. A chance for a late one for the Tigers. What a game they've played today. Stokes in the ruck, taps it out. Ross Coley kicks it into space. Holloway could run onto this if she gets there. She sped up to it and smashed into the Coldstream defender. And we'll get a ball up. Oh, no, she's earned herself a free kick
Somehow.
So looked about a high tackle from the umpire's decision.
Courtney Madley, unfortunately, the infringer there, but she definitely epitomised the sort of pressure that Coldstream has put in the defence today.
Holloway to come on in. It's a good-looking kick on the board. It's Tiger time. They're playing finals, 7-8-50 to Coldstream 3-1-19. 30 seconds remaining in this Division 3 clash.
Yeah, a popular goal there for Holloway. Usually a defender. I'm not sure if she's kicked a goal this year. So definitely well earned.
She's played well today.
Yeah, for sure.
Great game.
So, unfortunately, just a few seconds left in this game. As time ticks down, Mitcham 7-8-50, Coldstream 3-1-19. Put a bit of a score on the board there this quarter, Coldstream. But this will be the last ruck contest of the day. As the siren goes, the Mitcham Tigers take a hold of third spot on the ladder in Division 3 of the Deakin University women's competition. Coldstream will have to think of a way to defeat them as they seem destined to clash in an elimination final later this year. They put up great defence, Coldstream, but just couldn't quite stem the tide as Mitcham were forcing their way forward consistently. And they had the talent to win out, of course. So, Ryan, your thoughts on the game overall, mate?
Yeah, a really exciting game. There's a lot of high-pressure football there, and both sides looked really strong in patches. Just seems to be Mitcham look a lot more dangerous going forward. They've got a few more options. Coldstream's defence is really strong. They're probably their most impressive
trait.
Most impressive trait. But they will need to be able to hit the scoreboard a bit more if they are to beat Mitcham the next time. But they've shown signs, so it should be an interesting game come finals time. Just on, have you got votes?
Yeah,
the 3-2-1.
Yeah, look, I do want to go to that. Definitely 3 votes will have to go to McAuliffe. I mean, I think you're with me on that. And it's funny because I said that she might not touch the ball in the final quarter and she'll still get 3 votes. She did go missing for a little bit. You know, she was definitely there. I reckon she probably got like 4 or 5 touches still. Yeah. But like compared with what she was for the rest of the game, that is just about going missing. So yeah, definitely 3 votes. Going to her. It's a little difficult, I think, to really put the 2 votes because it was a pretty good performance across the board. I'm looking down the list. It's tempting to go with perhaps Stokes. She was important in that third quarter. Really put Coldstream away. I think I'm going to have to actually give it though. I was impressed with Sarah Young. She found it quite often. So Sarah Young will get the 2 votes. And I honestly, despite what the scoreline says, Coldstream, a lot of players stood out for them, and it's going to have to be Monique Hewish for the 1 vote for me. I was thinking throughout the game, maybe it's an honourable mention, but I think she really did enough. And the Coldstream defence as well did enough to sort of like earn a player amongst the votes.
Yeah, very similar to mine, Emma McAuliffe. The 3 votes for me. Monique Hewish, I thought was just incredible in defence, fought hard all day. And then I've given 1 vote to Hannah Lynette, who obviously can play ruck at the start and then moved forward. And I thought she was pretty influential all morning. So there you have it. So Mitcham will go into 3rd place on the ladder. They'll overtake Coldstream, and we can pretty much just lock up this final in a couple of weeks' time. So that's quite exciting, especially for Mitcham, who now have had the number over Coldstream a couple of times. But that's all for us. We're off the Coldstream now for the senior men's game, which will be on air at 1 o'clock. Jared, thanks again for joining me, and thanks for a pretty enjoyable game.
It was enjoyable, wasn't it, Ryan? Thanks to you for hosting, and I look forward to seeing what the Coldstream men's can do against Waverley Blues. That's going to be a really intriguing matchup.
And thanks to all of those who are listening, either on Facebook or YouTube. It's Mitcham walking away 25-point winners, 6-8-44 to 3-1-19.